All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today, we're going to talk about, good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about how to land clients within 90 days. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make sure that I'm indeed live everywhere. All right, I am live on LinkedIn for sure. So today I'm going to break down the fundamentals, how to land clients within 90 days. And I'm going to talk about the blind spots that people are experiencing, the mistakes that people are making, and also describe really describe uh the my experience with landing my first client within 90 days. Tiffany, hello, good morning, good morning. And by the way, if you're not on Zoom with me, join me on Zoom. Join me on Zoom and grab your hot seat coaching session. So uh, it's interesting. Hello. It's interesting, folks. They sometimes hang out on social media. They're lurking on YouTube's. They're lurking on Facebook. They're lurking on LinkedIn. And it's like interesting. Like every day, one person would join a Zoom. But Tiffany, at any point, if you have questions, you can raise your hand. You can come on screen and ask your question. Grab your hot seat coaching. Absolutely, absolutely acceptable. So, and today we're going to talk about 90-day plan, 90-day plan. But let me share with you where I started when I started my business. When I say started my business, I had a business idea. I had a business idea. So, uh, I had my business idea about I don't know, like January 1st, I think it was 20, yeah, like January 1st, 2023. I just went through a divorce a year before, and it was significant emotional event for me. And if you follow me on YouTube, you probably saw that video where I posted my life updates, right? That I just went through a divorce and like this is what's going on. This is why I was not showing up on my YouTube channel. But this is like that was absolutely crucial for me because um after that I started thinking about my value. I started thinking about my value, and I was start thinking about what can I bring to the world. And the first thing came up to me was I can actually deliver more impact. I can actually deliver more impact by mentoring people, by providing coaching, by providing guidance, by giving advice. So, mind you, at that time, I didn't have any mentorship. I didn't have any coaching. I didn't. I didn't have anything. So at that time, I was just buying a lot of courses online. There's a website, Udemy, and there's a ton of certification courses that you can buy there. And I started diving deeper into coaching. Like, what do I need to do to be a coach? Okay, let me buy a course, how to be a coach, right? Um, because this is something that was near and dear to my heart, like a long time ago. When I moved from Moscow, Russia to Chicago, I was thinking like, okay, what is my next profession? What am I doing here? How I can bring value? And one route was like actually to go back and get my license to be a licensed therapist, right? Um, because in mental health industry there are so many ways you can work. So to be a therapist you need to have a license, you need to be a clinical social worker, clinical psychologist, clinical counselor. You can also be a counselor. So there's so many regulations, but you can also work under licensed counselor as a case manager, or like if you're a youth counselor, if you don't need to have a license. Well, it's complex, right? And I was thinking about that route for a while, and I wanted to get my license, and it was so expensive. and really time consuming. This is where I decided to like switch to tech. But back then, again, like what we were talking about in the day one, identity, identity. Because I had a business idea back then in 2014. In 2014, I had an idea like, okay, I can lead people, I can teach people, I can deliver so much value as a coach. And at the time, like the idea was like life coaching, but I put it on pause because again, I got in my own way. I got in my own way. I thought like, well, it's too complicated. Like nobody's going to buy my services. There are a lot of life coaches, and like, what does it even mean anyway? So let me just work in tech. Let me just work in tech because right now my priority is making money and supporting my family. Period. That is my priority. This is something that I want to do like right now, and I started like I started working in tech. But long story short, when I had my business idea, first of all, um, before people get mentorship, because like listen, every leader has a blind spot. Every leader has a blind spot. You have a blind spot. I have a blind spot, and my blind spot was I started building my business way too as a way too complicated model. It was a very complicated model because I had multiple offers. I had probably 5 or 10 offers at different price point. And like they weren't congruent with one another. I was marketing to multiple audiences at the same time, and it was a disaster. So, at a time when I was trying it on my own by myself, I made $70. $70. There's a website mentor course where you can advertise your services as a mentor. And one of the services that I put on my website was tech mentorship and career mentorship. So people like one person booked mentorship with me. And this is where I started listening to other coaches and other business podcasts and really learning different business models. And this is where I started thinking about like, okay, I need to really like because I'm a business of one. I'm not Target. I'm not Walmart. I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm not Mel Robbins. It's just me. So the fastest way for me to grow my business and be profitable is to go high ticket offer route. But again, uh, I I uh, I didn't have any coaching. I didn't even understand what high ticket offer was. And before I got coaching, right before I was in the program, before I had my business mentor, my first offer was $6,000. And it was not well thought out offer. It was iOS Accelerator course, iOS Accelerator offer. And for me back then, because nobody told me what high ticket even meant, because I'm like back then, I'm an engineer. I'm making really good salary. So like $2,000 offer, it was like, well, like, it's just a mini vacation for me in like, I don't know, in Miami, if that, because like this is what I normally spend on the weekend when I go out of town with my friends. So like this is not high ticket offer, right? Like what 6,000 will do it. And I didn't have it well thought out. I didn't think about my audience really well. I just like, okay, like this is what I'm offering. And like I did get consultations. I did get consultations though. But at the time, I'm not saying that it was not a valid offer. At the time, I didn't know how to sell. At the time, I didn't know how to sell. And that was the moment when I realized, you know what, if I'm going to do it myself, it's going to be a very long journey. If I'm going to do it myself, it's going to be a very long journey. I hired my first coach, very, very first coach, and it was just $30 an hour or $30 for 45 minutes, something like that. But again, like it was not a match. I love that coach. And like if you're watching me, you helped me so much to understand really the like what I'm targeting and what do I need like for me for my business, right? And the prices that I want to charge. And like that was like you asked me really, really meaningful question. Like, so we're still friends on Facebook with that coach. Like, and I appreciate and love him so deeply. But after that, I decided to invest in a mentor. I decided to invest in a mentor. And after I figure out my messaging, after I figure out my positioning, after I figure out my offer, consistency, right? I went on LinkedIn. This is the 90-day framework. I started posting on LinkedIn 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. I started delivering value. I started building my community because I understand we all want to sell. We all want to have money in our bank account. We all want to have, like Stripe reports that like we made such and such so much money in our businesses. But before we do that, we have to have a community. We have to give more than we can receive for free, absolutely for free. And I know so many people in my ethos were doing work for free, where I spoke with probably good, like probably four people who were doing mentorship, coaching, services for absolutely free. And this is the moment when you earn the right to sell. You earn the right to sell by providing free information, by providing value. You earn the right to sell. You earn the right to make an invitation. So I was, I was coaching for free. I was providing a lot of value. I invited people to my live stream. Like I remember I had one consultation with a gentleman and he couldn't afford my services. He was going through a very tough situation. And at that time, my offer like was not $6,000. I adjusted the price accordingly, right? Because again, like what do you do when you don't have testimony or like social proof, right? You need to create social proof. You still can do high ticket offer, but you can make it a little bit more comfortable price so you can get clients in. And even before you get started, what you can do, you can create again, you can build your community. So I invited that gentleman on my live stream and I was coaching him live. I said, hey, what I need right now more than money, like I need social proof. I need somebody like on my show where I can show off my skill set, where I can show how I coach, where when I can deliver value. Would you be open to that? And he said yes. And we did live coaching live on LinkedIn. Then I started scheduling a lot of like networking calls and a lot of coffee chats. It was building community, asking people what they want to hear, asking people what they want to hear. And Tiffany said, like, I started out with resume coaching. Yeah, like we all started. So I was thinking about resume coaching. Actually, it was one of my offers, resume coaching. Resume coaching, I think it was $200. Career coaching, $500. Um, like tech mentorship, something like I don't remember that. Like there were probably 5 or 7 offers at different price points, like for different audiences that it didn't even make sense, right? Like I started my new YouTube channel and I like, okay, I need to talk about my services. And I went for like a live stream for probably for 40 minutes. And at the end of that live stream, I was like, I don't know what I'm selling. Like I have so many things, and it seems like I was talking for 40 minutes and I didn't say anything. I said a bunch of stuff about a bunch of things, but nothing made sense. Nothing made sense even to me. So, but like after I got mentorship, after I got mentorship, and here's the thing. People like I spoke today with some but with one person, and that person shared with me that they would like to do it on their own. Totally respect that decision. But here's the thing. Do you wanna go faster in your business? Do you want to grow faster? Because also when people say I'm gonna do it on my own, it always indicates a couple of things. Number one, um, it might be fear of commitment, fear of commitment to your business, because now I have to invest in myself. And if I invest in myself, I feel like I can fail, but failure is a part of the process. And in fact, you want to fail faster. You want to get data faster, and you want to fail with a coach. You want to fail with a mentor. So somebody will show you your blind spots and say, hey, this is why it happened. This is what you need to do differently. This is what I do with my clients. This is what I did with my with my client Monique. This is what I did with Dano, and this is what I did with Jason. This is what I do with every single of my client. I show them the blind spots. Or sometimes, more often than not, people would create a piece of content or create an offer or do something in their business, and they would share it with me. And they said like, "This is so bad." And I'm like, "Who told you that? This is not bad. This is very decent." So this is why you need a lead. Every leader needs a leader. Every leader needs a person that they can do a mastermind. Even if it is a peer-to-peer mastermind, that's totally fine. But every leader needs that. And this is important to have that leader beside you. So I was doing a lot of coffee chats. I was doing a lot of networking because, like, I want to emphasize this. Wealth is created by collaboration. Wealth is created by collaboration. By collaboration. If you wanna get rich, if you wanna get abundance, if you wanna earn more money, start collaborating with other people. Borrow other people's audiences, and LinkedIn is an amazing platform for that. How? You can interact with other people's content. You can participate in the comments. Listen, when I'm on like if you haven't noticed, I always leave very meaningful comments on LinkedIn. I start a conversation. I provide value. I'm adding value all the time. On Instagram, it's a little different. On Facebook, it's a little different. Like, although I try to do the same. By the way, if if you're not following me on Instagram, I went to war with Meta like 2 weeks ago. I went to full-fledged war with Meta because I would leave very meaningful comment. I would ask very meaningful questions, and Meta would mark my comments like spam, and that I'm trying to get followers in an honest way, or in a deceiving way. So like I was with customer service for probably 3 days in the chat every day, finding them like, why are you suppressing my comments? Right? Like I'm not doing anything that I'm contributing back to the community. But back to LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, it's totally fine. And actually, it, like LinkedIn really likes that behavior when you engage with other people's comments, when you build community. In fact, if you post and goes, if you just post and you leave platform and you don't engage on your posts, and you don't engage on other people posts, you don't hang out with people in the DMs, then LinkedIn won't promote your posts. Engagement is the key. In fact, this is why it is so easy to grow on LinkedIn when you post just 3 times a week, because you can engage with other people, interact with the community, participate in audio events, create your networking audio events. And by the way, when you create live events, right? Either live streams or audio events. You invite people. It is a plus because you are building a community. Again, wealth is created by collaboration, by collaboration. And again, back to my 90-day journey, back to my 90-day journey, um, I after consistent work, so like I had a coffee chat with my first client, and it was absolutely no pressure coffee chat, networking coffee chat. And we were talking about like different struggles. Like back then, I was promoting my career services for software engineers, and my client said, "You know what? Like, yes, let's book a conversation. Let's book a consultation about career services. Like, I don't know if I can afford it, but I don't know what else to do." And we book a consultation, and my client said yes. I was like, I had so many no's before that. I had so many no's before that. It's not even funny. So I'm sitting here, like, I kind of already relaxed, saying, like, you know what? It's just another no. It's okay. Like, yeah, like, and so how do you think we should move forward? And like, she looked at me and she like, yes. Like, wait, what did you say? Did you say yes? Did, did you say yes? And she said, like, yeah, I would like to move forward. Like, I was so excited. I was so excited, and like, I probably should have handled it a little bit better, right? Because, um, when when I teach sales, right, high ticket sales, when you got yes, you compose yourself, right? You don't jump out of your chair and say, like, yes, finally, finally, somebody bought. Like, no, you keep your composure, you welcome them, you provide your checkout page, you help them with the payment, and then you onboard them, right? Like this is what was supposed to happen. It did not happen for me. I was so excited. I was really over the moon. I was really, really over the moon. And but it took 90 days. And I was checking with myself. I was a part of the coaching program. Um, where we studied LinkedIn, and I understood that just content pillars, it won't like that won't cut it. Just content pillars alone, that's not enough. And also, I understood that that was my messaging. I need to really hone down on my messaging and on my person and the problem that I'm solving. That was a lot. I had a lot of blind spots. I lacked clarity on my offer, who I'm serving, what problem I'm solving for them. That was a big blind spot. And what do you know, when I niche down, when I clarify my messaging, when I clarify my processes, and also like tirelessly networking, like tireless work, tireless networking. Um, and again, when I say like tireless work, right, I only spend probably an hour, like an hour and a half, 2 hours on LinkedIn. Like I don't sit on LinkedIn all day long. So like Tiffany, as you asked me before, like, is it time consuming? No, it's not time consuming. Like LinkedIn is not time consuming at all. So it's very easy. It's very easy platform to actually operate. So like I spent about an hour a day, like I spent about an hour a day uh for networking, with connecting with others, like sending connection requests, and then it produce result. But again, it would have taken me so like it would have taken me like a lot longer if I didn't have that mentor, if I didn't have that companion, if I didn't have the community too. I love being in the community because um, I just finished my coaching. I just finished a cohort that I was a part of, and I was doing a lot of reflection because I kind of have mixed feelings after this coaching program. Like I had amazing results. I had amazing mentors. Enjoy the mentorship, but also like I had some feelings that I needed to work on, right? And I had a thought that I love investing in myself. And it goes beyond just my business. It goes beyond just income. It goes directly to the value that like I value myself. I value my services. I value my development. That was a huge factor for me. So, all right. Uh, uh, Prepare your questions. So, Tiffany, you can absolutely come up on screen and grab your hot seat coaching spot with me. And if you like, by the way, if you're not on Zoom, you want to have your hot seat coaching, you can absolutely do that. So, also, like, I have an invitation for y'all. Book a call with me. If you want to book a call with me, all you need to do is to leave a comment, book a call. I will send you the link how to book a call with me. There's also a link if you're on LinkedIn, there should be a link to schedule a call with me. All right. Tiffany, you are up. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well today. How are you?
I think you oh, hold on. All right. Um I was on mute. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What is your question? How I can help you today?
Oh, yes. First, thank you. This is, as you were talking, I was thinking that being here is also an investment of our time. Um, and so thank you so much for doing this for us because I was like, I'm gonna see what this LinkedIn stuff is about because now I'm ready to expand my reach. Um, One question actually that came up yesterday was um, I have had LinkedIn previously, but
Mm-hmm.
I deleted that account because I was like, I'm not doing what I was doing before. So the energy was just not
Mm-hmm.
there.
Right.
Right. So I just quickly created something maybe a few months ago and um just threw something up there. But in fact, I think one of my questions during this date one or two was I have a website and I have an about section on there. Can I copy the about section from my website and post it to LinkedIn? Will it allow me
Excellent.
to do that?
Yeah, like excellent question. So let me break it down for you. So when we talk about section on LinkedIn, right? Uh, your LinkedIn is your landing page in a way. It's your
Okay.
landing page. Like it starts with some sort of question, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, would you like to master high ticket sales? Would you like to pivot or land a new offer within 90 days? And by I I have a thought about pivoting. I almost forgot. But like back to your question, should you copy about me section from your website and to your LinkedIn? If it is optimized for LinkedIn, right? If you guide them through your conversion origin story in a way, right? Clear on what you provide, clear on why you provide it, and clear how you can help people. I don't see why not. But I also have a thought about website. I would say until you start working with paying clients, until people pay you, until you know what their
Mm.
problem is, what you're solving, website can be a little bit premature. I spend about $1,500 on website, on email marketing software that I didn't know how to use.
Mhm.
But in fact, until this day, I land my clients not through my website, not through like my email marketing software, even though I'm using it right now a little bit more with intention, but I'm lending all of my clients of social media. Website will help you with that, but
Mhm.
like until you really solid on what you offer, until you like your basically your website has one option and one option only, one offer and one offer only, so people are not getting confused.
Mhm.
So but yes, you can copy about me section into your LinkedIn. Just make sure that it tells the story. right? It's not about like whether you should or should not do it. Like I have on my website, which I haven't touched in ages. I probably should do well, I need to do the whole edit of my website, but I do have my origin story, and that origin story doesn't fit into LinkedIn character limit, right? Like I can copy that, but
Mhm.
what I do like on LinkedIn, I'm very targeted, right? Like as I was doing like, and I'm probably gonna update my about section here soon because I was doing a pivot, right? Speaking of pivot, I was doing a pivot until January, right? Until this year, January, I was publicly offering leadership coaching, career coaching for software engineers, how to become a thought leader, a leader in your industry to land jobs, promotions, and excel in your career and create your career legacy faster. Still have that group. So when I was pivoting, like I kind of had two sets of um, bullet points, if you will, how I'm helping people for entrepreneurs as high ticket sales, messaging, launch methodology for software engineers as a thought leadership, technical coaching, um, tech mentorship and stuff like that, how to accelerate your career faster. I probably have to do another edit here soon where I'm solely focusing on only my front end offer because your about section is not like one and done. As your business evolving, as you're evolving, like you will update your, I update my tagline. So like I think more more important, like your tagline is more important than your about section
Mhm.
because like your tagline is like I help X, Y, and Z to do what, like something, something with or without. Like for example, like let me give you like concrete example about tagline, your product or program promise.
Mhm.
Donovan, right? We're gonna, like, by the way, we're gonna go with Donovan live today at 2:30 p.m. It's going to be behind the scenes. It's going to be our coaching session, and everybody can watch us live on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook.
Mhm.
We're probably going to share that on Instagram if I can. But like what Donovan program promise, I help IT support specialists to break into front end development without spending thousands of dollars on boot camps. So I help who? IT help specialists to do what? Break into front end development with or without, or what is the vehicle of transformation, or like what pain are you alleviating
Yeah.
without spending thousands of dollars on bootcamp, right?
Right.
And this is a catchy tagline. For example, if you look at my profile, like I help coaches and service-based entrepreneurs um, to with high ticket sales and content marketing with the power of LinkedIn and YouTube with advanced sales strategies, well, or something like that, right? Like I help who to do what with what or without what, right? So this is an important piece. And then in your about section, like you basically walk them through your origin conversion story. Does it make sense, Tiffany?
It does. I used to have, so I tend to see things in pictures. So
Hmm.
that makes sense. Because I am also seeing other people that I connected with and follow their, it's a lot different. They're like
Yeah.
tag stuff for LinkedIn. Um, yeah, and I think I had my previous resume uploaded on the old LinkedIn. So I'm like, I don't know that I'm really looking for a job, even though I'm employed. So
Mhm.
no, that makes sense. So thank you.
Yeah, and for people who have 9 to 5 and they don't want to show that they have 9 to 5, you don't have to list your job. So here's my philosophy, right? If your 9 to 5 job, if your 9 to 5 job has nothing to do with your business,
Mhm.
why would you list it on your LinkedIn if you're not looking for a job?
Right.
My case was different. I was a mentor for software engineers. I work at very famous Fortune 500 companies. These were my receipts.
Mhm.
When people would come to my consultations, they would say like, and I would ask, so why me? They would say like, you have such an amazing experience with big names in the industry. That's why I want to learn from you, right? But if I was offering like, I don't know, like something that relevant to that industry, I would have probably changed my LinkedIn profile, right? Or like find like as long as you can find connections, right? And also for the people who are a little shy and they don't want to not necessarily make a lot of noise for their employer, you can create a business page and you can post content on your business page and reshare your business page on your personal page, kind of like what you do on Facebook, right? You have your business
Mhm.
page and you can share your business post on your personal page, right? Like you can do that as well, but it's just like like business and entrepreneurship is your life, right? You can only hide your life for so long. At some point, somebody will find out, somebody will see you, somebody will hear you, and somebody will like report it to your boss. And, like it, I personally, with my clients, I would always say, hey, talk to your manager and make them aware of your intention if that is okay with them. And if it's not okay with them, then we need to figure out how we're gonna go about it. And majority of the time, if it's not like highly secretive project, they're okay with that. Or like my manager said, like, as long as you're not touching our clients, I'm okay with that. You can work with whoever you want. I like, well, at a time I was working at a startup for nurses. I like, well, I doubt that I will work with nurses helping them getting nursing positions at our company. Like that would be just insane. I mean, it would be a good business model. I probably would have made a lot of money, but this is not what this is not what I would do, right? I would target different audience with different services. And in fact, a lot of leadership back in the day, they would engage with my promotional posts and I say, hey, like this is our employee. This is Eugene. Like, hey, Eugene, like, thank you for making a difference and stuff like that. Yeah, like, do you have any other questions? And by the way, on people on LinkedIn and everywhere else, if you have questions, drop your questions in the chat. And also, if you want to book a call with me, book a call in the comments, or you can also send me a DM if you want to book a call, because not everybody is brave and say, hey, like I want to book a call, especially on LinkedIn. My DMs are 100% open. If you want me to reach out to you with the link to book a call with me, just drop a comment, book a call. Let me go. And Tiffany, if you have other questions, like by all means, I'm just checking my YouTube channel, making sure um that I indeed have don't have any questions there. So because I want to make sure that everybody gets oh, oh all right. It looks like I don't have any questions on YouTube as well. All right. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you for coming to Zoom. And by the way, I will be running my masterclass until Tuesday, and Zoom links are available. So I will be sending out additional emails with links. Like every day, you will receive an email from me with with a Zoom link that you can join. So please join me on Zoom because like you can grab your hot seat coaching session. Like also if you don't want to show on Zoom, right? Like you don't want to be on the screen. All you need to do just like turn your camera off and like you're not gonna be on the screen. It's not like it's like I will just ping my picture as a main picture so nobody's gonna know. So like it's all good, whatever you decide. Tiffany, anything else on how I can serve you, how I can help you today?
Well, the thing keeps coming up when I open up my LinkedIn. I look at it and I'm like, I don't know how to set it up. because it's like old experiences mixed with new experiences. And then I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to put on here? And then how I set it up, it was like it was wanting me to put in my job information. And I already found out from my job that I honestly I don't put where I work anywhere on my social media because I don't nobody needs to know where I work, and
Right.
I that legally I have to be careful. Um so I on my LinkedIn, what did I do? Oh, I just copied a title from my resume and just put it on LinkedIn, but that's not what I am or what I do. You've seen my LinkedIn,
Yeah.
so
So
it's
what you can do, right? Like you can actually, well, first of all, a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't know that, but you can absolutely and entirely create a business page on LinkedIn. You don't
okay.
have to have an LLC. You don't have to have legal documents. Nobody's checking that. So
Mhm,
you can create a business page and you can give yourself a title that will resonate with your audience.
mhm,
Like I gave myself a title CEO and founder because I'm a CEO and founder of my company, right? I work with my clients, I work with contractors like time to time, like on contractual basis, whether it is social seller, whether it is like something else, whether it is like software developers who need more experience, right? And well, it's normally, like clients and stuff like that. But like I put a CEO and founder, right? And a lot of people would do the same thing. And like again, when it comes to LinkedIn, it's really important to again, it's an identity piece. You are
mhm,
not an employee anymore. Like
mhm,
you're running your business, you're only in as an employee. And this is why when on my consultations with for example, with my client Theo, right, who is an entrepreneur who has B2B contract, independent contract with the or have independent client contract with the client, right? Uh, when we had a consultation, I said like, well, what would you like to do? Because like I do have a pilot program that I'm not marketing publicly where I teach entrepreneurs how to be entrepreneurs
mhm,
if it's what you want to do, but your LinkedIn profile is not going to be an employee LinkedIn profile. So
mhm,
what do you want to do? Because and also like if your line of business 100% correlates with your profession, then there's no conflicting factors, right? Like
mhm,
a career coach in tech, a mentor in tech who works as a front-end developer, there's no conflicts with that. In fact, your business will boost your career if you want to get your another 9 to 5 gig, or like it will bring you thought leadership in the industry to the point that like yes, you're not working in corporate, but you might contract with corporate clients at different capacities and do and run different events. So like most important thing when it comes to LinkedIn is adapt entrepreneurial mindset. This is why I like in the day one, I spend so much time on identity. Like who do you need to become? And who do you need to become? You translate it into your LinkedIn, into your social media profile because you're not an employee. And in fact, if I'm being honest with you all, employment as we know it is going away and is already going away. You have to be either entrepreneur or intrapreneur. You have to be a problem solver. This is what, even though companies still do like W2
mhm,
employment, right? They're seeking for intrapreneur who will solve a problem or entrepreneur who they can contract with. You deliver services, and then
mhm,
you like either you continue together or you go separate ways. So traditional employment as we know it in the higher spaces is going away. You have to be a problem solver. You have to be a thought leader.
mhm.
Like regardless if you're 9 to 5 or if you're an entrepreneur, this is just the reality of the world that we're living right now. And Like, I'm sorry to break into you. Like, actually, I'm not, but this is where we live right now. This is just the reality. And this is even for a lot of people who are still in 9 to 5, they start building their profiles as entrepreneur, what problem they're solving for corporations.
Mhm,
And it might translate into a business, it may not, but it's just where things are at right now.
mhm.
Yeah. Excellent question. I love that question because a lot of my clients, they kind of got stuck on the question like LinkedIn is about job. No, LinkedIn is about business or job or thought leadership or promoting yourself as an author or as a speaker is like whatever you decide to do with like it's kind of like it's not the same as Instagram, but like on Instagram, I can be a software engineer. And in fact, I have my Instagram account where I used to share my coding advice, right, about iOS development. And that's my identity on that Instagram account. On my business Instagram account, I share about high ticket coaching, high ticket sales, content marketing, entrepreneurship, thought leadership, right? The same for LinkedIn.
Okay. Thank you. Very helpful.
Yeah,
You.
of course. Well, we're wrapping up. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, I invite you to book a consultation with me, book a call with me. My DMs are open. Drop in the comments, book a call if you want me to reach out to you, or you can reach out to me and request a complimentary consultation. On my consultations, my purpose and my intent is to learn more about your business, show you your blind spots in your business, the gaps in your business, and really provide you insight if it makes sense for us to work together or not. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm wrapping up. I will see you at 2 p.m. at 2:30. So join me and Donovan live and see you soon. Bye, y'all.